crypto warriors, changing our world day by day. The way of the crypto warriors, can't rely on the bankers, no way.
Good morning, good morning. Bix Weir, roadroo.com with your morning horn of Z's, your sip of coffee. Your last sip of, chaga chunks. Gotta love those. Yes, you should be still taking your chaga mushrooms, your vitamin C, your zinc. Even though the conspiracy is absolutely on and as far as locking down America and stealing our freedom and our liberties. So fight against that. All right, let's talk silver real quick. Silver has jumped up a little bit. Now people are saying, is this it, Bix? Is this it? I don't know. It could be. What does it mean? It means the release of silver from trading on the COMEX, the end of the COMEX. The COMEX has warned that to expect some volatility this month. And it doesn't look like, at least right now, that it's going to happen in the oil markets. Because if you look at the oil markets right here, the WTI at close, there's only 55,000 contracts that are set for delivery this month. 55,000. That's not a lot, given the U.S. has already said they'll take up to 75 million barrels. That's what Steve Mnuchin said. So I think we're not going to see the kind of volatility we saw last week with the negative. And it doesn't look like they're going all that high either. Oil's trading around $30 a barrel. I think they have it back under control. Nice job, Mr. Mnuchin, at least for now. But that doesn't mean that we're out of the woods. The bad guys are out of the woods. Look what happened on Friday's silver trading. Look at that spike. Spike, that's what that is. The largest in a month and something. And all it did, this is over 500 million ounces of silver. Well over half of all the silver ever mined in a whole year. 1 year's worth of silver is 800 to 850 million ounces. Over half that traded on Friday. What does that mean? I don't know. We'll find out because the silver delivery is not next week. It's not till the 27th, the end of the month, and everybody and their mother is predicting chaos by the end of the month. All the psychics, all the financial analysts, everybody, even Bix Weir. If you go to the timeline for private road members, go to the timeline and look at May. There you have it. Anyway, yeah. So the price of silver has barely done anything, but the key is the short position. 8 traders, 8 large banks hold the huge short position on silver, and every dollar it goes up, they lose one hell of a lot of money. Not sure the exact figures. I think it's $500 million. Wait a minute. Yeah. Right now it's $500 million per $1 that silver goes up. Well, silver's gone up $1.50 in the last week. I know it's not big. It's not gigantic. It's not the end of the world. It's completely under control still. But here's a question for you. And I posted this just today on the private road in the year zero updates. This is the metal depositories for the COMEX. And it goes through Brinks and C&T Depository, Delaware Depository, HSBC, a criminal bank, has for silver 26 million ounces, which is about their normal. International Depository, but what about these guys? JP Morgan, the number one silver rigger, in their warehouse, they have over double the amount of silver than anyone else, than any of the other warehouses. Even Bank of Nova Scotia, which says they're leaving. So there's a total of 314 million ounces supposedly in COMEX warehouses. But JP Morgan controls over half of it. 160 million ounces. Very interesting. Why? JP Morgan it's been proven by Ted Butler that JP Morgan is now long physical silver on the COMEX. So they're not hedging anything because they're long physical silver. And they have massive amounts of silver in their warehouse that they tell us about and massive amounts that they don't tell us about. What is going on with JP Morgan? They are getting the hell away from the short position because they know silver is going to go through the roof. And why doesn't JP Morgan keep all their over 1 billion ounces of physical in the COMEX warehouses? Because COMEX warehouses are ripe for confiscation. They are ripe for confiscation. What's the first thing when the banking system falls down? The government and the people of every government around the world is going to try to get their hands on silver. Now, I don't think they're going to nationalize or confiscate individual silver. They won't get much, basically. Not many individuals even have any silver. But criminals like JP Morgan, who are under RICO charges for rigging the silver market, yes, absolutely. The U.S. government's going to come in and take this 160 million ounces of silver, and then they'll go after them for the rest. They're 1 billion ounces, but with RICO charges, you can charge 3 times as much. That's 3 billion ounces of physical silver that JP Morgan's going to owe to the American government. And this is going to happen around the world. Every country is going to nationalize their silver mines, their gold mines. And this is not years away either. This is this year in year 0. So hang on tight. It's getting really ugly out there. Again, silver futures and options went crazy. And again, it's not till the 27th that the delivery date. So anything can happen in silver as far as deliveries. We could see the monster. We could see Warren Buffett do what he did in the late 1990s, get his hands on 130 million ounces of silver and go long the silver contract. Clearly, he's anti-Trump, right? He's even talking down the stock market. What's the best thing to do for his shareholders? Oh my God, buy the most undervalued asset in the history of mankind ever, which is silver in your own possession. So keep an eye on Buffett buying silver. Keep an eye on it. And if that news gets out, good night, because everybody and their mother chases what he does. And will we see $600 silver? Absolutely. Will it be this year? Probably. Will the COMEX be open in a world of $600 silver? Not a chance. Remember, the top 8 banks lose $1, lose $500 million every dollar silver goes up. So they'd be long out of business. They'd be long on defaults and problems. That's why the COMEX warned that there's going to be problems. It's not the crude contract. It's the silver contract, I believe. We'll find out, right? Again, the settlement date is right here, May 27th. Now, the next delivery month for silver isn't until July. So I think May 27th is a big day for silver deliveries, and I don't think the banksters are going to be able to deliver. They're going to have to shut down the COMEX or at least put it on pause for a while. Most likely never to open up. All right, speaking of opening up again, even governors and supervisors in California are starting to say, what the fuck is going on? Why are you holding people down? Here's an article. San Diego County Supervisor says 6 of the 194 confirmed deaths are pure, solely coronavirus deaths. 6 of them. Only 6 out of the 194 in San Diego County, only 6 of them were coronavirus solely. Yes, people with pre-existing conditions are going to die from coronavirus, potentially, have a higher risk. Yes, older people have a higher risk. Those are the people who should be quarantined. Those are the people that should not be going to football, baseball, and basketball games or soccer games. Wall Street Journal ran a whole article video showing how stadiums are incubators for coronavirus spread. Of course they are. Everybody lumped around, but coronavirus isn't dangerous if you're not in the dangerous category. And he goes on to say, and he's like fighting with other people. Supervisor of San Diego County, California is pushing back against Governor Gavin Newsom's stay-at-home order, arguing that only 6 of the county's 194 recorded coronavirus deaths are pure, solely coronavirus deaths. We've unfortunately had 6 pure, solely coronavirus deaths out of 3.3 million people, said Supervisor Jim Desmond. Quote, I mean, what number are we trying to get to with those odds? I mean, it's incredible. We want to be safe and we can do it, but unfortunately, it's more than it's more about control than getting the economy going again and keeping people safe. San Diego County Public Health Officer Wilma Wooten disagreed with Desmond, who played down the deaths resulting from patients with pre-existing conditions. Quote, their lives are no more or less valuable than someone's life who does not have the underlying medical conditions, she said. This is not just San Diego. This is how it is done throughout the entire nation in terms of identified who is dying from COVID-19. She's saying it right there. Everybody who dies is going to get labeled with COVID-19. Desmond responded to Wooten saying that, quote, any loss of life for any reason is worth preventing, but added that, quote, clearly those with underlying circumstances are the most vulnerable. I believe we can keep people safe and responsibly open our business. Absolutely. So that's where we are. A very tiny, tiny percent of people without any pre-existing conditions die from COVID-19. And if you take your chaga, and you take your vitamin D, and you take your vitamin C, your odds increase massively, even if you have pre-existing conditions. Vitamin D, look at the studies on vitamin D. It is insane what is being done right now. So yes, we do have to open up. I think there's going to be some information coming out about the big conspiracy by the end of the month. Everything seems to be happening by the end of the month. So we will see. And by the way, Theta's at $19 or 19 cents. When it hits 20, I'm going to change the Road to Ruta giveaway. Right now, I am giving away 100 Theta and 100 Theta Fuel. When it hits 20 cents, I'm going to change it probably 50%. So Theta 50 and Theta Fuel 50. Because Theta is going to keep running and keep running and keep running a couple years. Bix, Theta's into the thousands. Why didn't I buy a million Theta way back in the day when they was trading at 20 cents? I don't know. Why didn't you buy a million Bitcoin when it was trading at 50 cents? Nobody knew Bitcoin would be so popular. Had you bought a million Bitcoin when it was trading at 50 cents, you wouldn't be watching videos. You'd be on your island with your feet kicked up, riding out the COVID bullshit with your mansion. So Theta's at 20 cents. When Theta hits 20 cents, we're going to change to 50 Theta giveaway. When it hits 40 cents, we'll change to 25 Theta, and so on and so forth. People keep asking me, but where do I buy Theta? I buy it at coinswitch.com. It's hard in the U.S. It's hard in the U.S. to buy Theta. Binance has it, but not on their U.S. version. The U.S. is making it really hard to play in cryptos these days. It's difficult. But you can swap coins for Theta on coinswitch.com. If they say it's not available right now, that means they ran out and they're searching for other buyers, because they don't hold the Theta. They just facilitate the switch between your Bitcoin and another person's Theta. So coinswitch.com, the place to get it. And if you want to get it sent in the mail to you on a paper wallet, go to roadtoruta.com, hit subscribe today, and this is what I'm sending out. This is crazy, by the way, because both of these assets I think are going to go really ballistic over the next couple weeks, months, and years. Imagine Bitcoin in the early days. Silver trading at $16. Oh my God. You will be, if you get anything under 20, jump on it. Jump on it. The premiums are through the roof still, but there's starting to be inventory. If you want to get physical silver in your own possession, start at your local coin shop. Go down, make those relationships. Say, hey, what do you got? And then go, never buy right then. Go to the guy next door to him, the other coin shop, and say, what do you got? And then you play off the two. If you don't have a local coin shop, send an email to Andy Scheckman. Andy at milesfranklin.com. milesfranklin.com. And he'll let you know what he has in inventory, and you tell him what you want, and then he'll ship it to your front door. It's that easy. You're probably going to have to pay him first via wire transfer. Anyway, yes, get your physical silver, get your Theta, and get your seatbelt on, because this ride to the end of May is going to be absolutely insane. I don't know what's going to happen at the end of May, but everything is alignment. All the psychics are saying it. All the silver warehouses are saying it. end of May is going to be interesting, shall we say. And hey, it's the game we're playing. We're in the midst. The game of life. This is Bix Weir. You guys take it easy.